Bit near
Harry
you.
requires 32.
To reduce the deficit again and his first break of throw. Remember, he needs to break Haruki a couple of times to win
Game
this
shot
match.
in the fifth leg.
And the whole
Harry
dynamics of this
Gregory.
match is changing momentum is with Harry Gregory.
Haruki requires
Settle from
36.
both. These are the types of chances that you dream of. Nice
Game,
and tidy from
shot,
Haruki
and the
Muramatsu.
match. Haruki
And
Muramatsu.
so much better than every performance he put in last night. And you can see the relief. A real bounce in his step there for Harry Gregory. Again, marked improvement from him. Good numbers. Very solid from both. Excellent on the doubles. But it's Haruki Muramatsu who moves into third place on 4 points. He'd be delighted with that. As next up, the real Manchester clash. It's Joe Murnan versus Carl Snead. Snead is averaging over 95 at the moment and hasn't had a dart the double. That's the biggest compliment I can give Joe Murnan at this moment.
139.
Beautiful
Joe
setup from
requires
Snead.
84.
But with Murnan just finishing on 88 in the last leg, can he replicate with double 12 here? As good as it gets from Joe Murnan at the moment.
Third leg.
Maybe you don't need
Murnan.
any commentary. Just look at the reaction there from Carl Snead.
I suppose. Yeah, nice work.
$96. Joe requires 121.
Doesn't need to go for the treble 17. But that's the reason why he did. That was
96.
also close for victory there for Joe Murnan. But with Carl Snead all the way back on 264. Good moments for Joe.
60. Joe requires 25.
He knew maybe just a win or two was going to be enough tonight. Been a beautiful
Game,
start for Joe
shot,
Murnan.
and the
Good
match.
friends.
Joe Murnan.
Carl played his part in a really solid game there. But Joe Murnan, if he had any concerns about his game, surely they've been answered in that match there. A 97.11. Superb on the doubles. Finishes of 88 and 84 were really sublime. And for Carl Snead, it's going to be a tough ask for me. But Joe Murnan is marching to tomorrow night. As next up, it's top of the table and unbeaten Ryan Harrington. And he plays Harry Gregory next. Very much
Harry requires
advantage here
88.
to Gregory. So this is for the match. Well, he needed the win,
Shots,
and he gets the win with a beautiful
Harry
88. And look
Gregory.
at that smile. That is great to see. There's the camaraderie that we see at the Motor Super Series. But Ryan Harrington, there's also an element of disappointment there. But look at that smile. That has made my night. For going through a difficult night last night. Played up against Muramatsu in that first game for a 91.32 average. A big win over right now. And Harry Gregory is back in the mix. And it's a big game coming up next for Haruki Muramatsu. And he plays Carl Snead. He's had his opportunities. He's 3 from 14 on the outer ring. But he gets there in the end as Carl Snead. For a large proportion of that match, he looked absolutely superb. And Muramatsu, we think after that opening game of the night, a lot of the hard work was done. This Group B is right at it. 3 players on 3rd, 4th and 5th on 4 points. And Carl Snead averaging well over 90 for the majority. Just messed about at the end, but a really important win. And it's top of the table clash and a clash of qualification. It's Ryan Harrington against Joe Murnan next.
Weekend, so we'll be pleased with that.
Oh, that's a beautiful combination. It was a disappointing first start.
Ryan Harrington.
Such a crisp treble 16. Ryan Harrington.
Ryan requires 52.
He is 2 darts away from qualification. Remember, 10 points will be enough. And Ryan Harrington does become the fourth player through to tomorrow night's final. Joe Murnan, big smile on his face, but Ryan Harrington definitely saving his best darts for Joe Murnan in this Group B campaign. Plenty of time for Joe Murnan. He'll come back fighting, but that is absolutely superb numbers from Ryan. 4-1, 93.27. Super on the checkout ratio. Harrington is there tomorrow night. Another big game coming up. This time it'll be for 3rd place. It's Harry Gregory against Carl Snead.
Harry requires 85.
We'll start on the 15s. 68 left.
51.
Glad he didn't hit that because my
Call
maths was
requires
absolutely
25.
awful there. Chance for Snead. Thoughts on this, Scott? Too long?
No, if he hits it. Yes, if he doesn't.
You've done this commentary
15.
before, haven't you? I just felt it was just a little bit too
Harry
long there.
requires 34.
What do you do here? For the match, put himself in a fantastic position for qualification. Sensibly avoids the double 17. And he's been there with double 14. Harry Gregory came into this bottom of the table. Had real issues yesterday. Carl Snead is absolutely devastated. Once again, he was looking good throughout tonight. But fair play to Harry Gregory, for me, has been the player of the night so far. And he's putting himself in a fantastic position. And he says to Haruki Muramatsu, follow that, because he's up next against Ryan Harrington.
2.
Hanging on by the shirt tails.
$54.
This would be a huge
Ryan
dent
requires
in the hopes of
16.
qualification for Haruki Muramatsu. Ryan Harrington, who's had so
Game,
many
shot,
opportunities.
And the match,
It was a
Ryan
tale of missed
Harrington.
opportunities, but in the end, Ryan Harrington gets there. He has been the star performer in this Group B, just the one loss so far. But you just feel like the big winner in that game was Harry Gregory. But Ryan Harrington, again, the checkout ratio there for Haruki, 2 from 12. That's something that he may look back on if he doesn't gain qualification. But Harry Gregory, the big winner, and he's up next, and he plays Joe Murnan.
Harry
Joe
requires
thought of that.
130.
It's bullseye. And
Game
Harry
shot of the
Gregory's
full
producing
flag.
some sensational
Harry
stuff tonight.
Gregory.
Fabulous contest.
shot,
Joe Murnan wins an
match, Joe
absolute
Murnan.
cracker of the game. Smiles all round again because both produce some really good darts. We have 5 qualifiers for Saturday night, and one of them will be Joe Murnan. He did a proper job there, but Harry Gregory's been superb, and all he can do is wait now. But Joe Murnan, we will see him there tomorrow night as we go to the penultimate game of Group B, and a big game for Carl Snead. He plays Ryan Harrington.
Ryan requires 160.
And that little miscount, the throw before, may have been the issue for him there.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
my goodness. It's
Game
happened
shot
to
on
him
the first
again.
flag.
It's
Ryan
happened to
Harrington.
Carl Snead again.
A beautiful Group C, which
Ryan
thoroughly
requires
enjoy the emergence of
138.
young players from Germany and Hollanders. Ryan Harrington with a 160 in the first leg. And a 138 coming in the second.
114.
Well, that would have been plain rude, to be honest. Plain rude. And I could have got the ump over that, and I'm not his opponent.
136. Ryan requires 24.
Yeah, Carl Snead ain't
Game
happy
shot
right
in
now,
the
but
second
Ryan
leg.
Harrington certainly
Ryan
is. His finishing has
Harrington.
been absolutely beautiful here. That 160 finish, the 138 attempt.
Take this double 16. He
Game shot
does
on the
indeed.
full flag. Carl
Smooth
Snead.
as silk. Yeah, lovely
Ryan
setup.
requires
But is he going to
59.
get back?
Carl
Game
Snead
shot on the
cannot
fifth leg.
qualify for
Ryan
Saturday night.
Harrington.
It's now down to the final place between Harry Gregory. It's bittersweet for Carl
shot,
Snead. He
and the
wins the
match.
game
Carl
4-3.
Snead.
But we will not be seeing him tomorrow night. And not often do you see a man shaking his head and look so dejected with a victory. Ryan Harrington almost apologetic for the 160 finish and that 180 setup play. Yes, they can laugh about it now, but it hasn't been the week for Carl Snead. So near, yet so far. Will it be Harry Gregory or will it be Haruki Muramatsu? Remember, it's still in his hands. He's up in the final game of Group B. He plays Joe Murnan next.
126.
Start on the 19s.
$101.
Tell you what,
Joe
when that left his
requires
hand, he knew
100.
that was close. Be lots of big moments in this match. He's one of them coming.
Game shot on the first
I
leg.
tell you, when you want to finish
Joe
at 100 and that
Murnan.
first treble goes, so often you just use that first dart.
Rookie requires 84.
6 darts from 84 for a level game. 13 darter in the last.
Game shot
11
on the
darter
fourth
in the
leg.
next. Haruki Muramatsu has
Muramatsu.
these flashes of brilliance, and he's producing it just when he needs to. Haruki Muramatsu, millimetres from elimination. He has to find double-double or a treble. He does. It's double 8.
80.
And he knows that's
Joe
a missed
requires
chance.
10. Game
And
shot and
the
the match.
chance for
Joe
Haruki
Murnan.
Muramatsu has gone. It's 4-2 win in favour of Joe Murnan, but that is music to Harry Gregory's ears. He wears the averages for the match, just shy of 90 for Haruki Muramatsu. And he gave all he had in that one to try and stay in this competition, but it wasn't to be. Joe Murnan's 86.22 has been enough. 4 from 9, the answer there from Joe on the doubles. Just the 2 from 8 for Muramatsu, but he never really got lots of darts at a double. It was the odd one here and the odd one there, and we both know they make a massive difference. So we know now that it's Harry Gregory. He goes through in 3rd place. Joe Murnan goes through on top. Ryan Harrington goes through in 2nd, and 3rd one and final person from this group to go to Saturday's finals night is young 18-year-old Harry Gregory.
Yeah, indeed he is, and it would have been very difficult watching in that practice room for young Harry Gregory, wouldn't it, Glenn? Went right down to the death tonight. What an experience for the players on the stage and sometimes the players not on the stage.
I think I went away last night a little deflated with the Group B, but what a day of darts. I mean, Group C I thought was exciting, and then to go down to potentially the final leg I thought was going to go into. I mean, Haruki Muramatsu had his chances. It was in his hands at the end. But just a little message to Joe Murnan there. His final 2 games, he beat Harry Gregory, and then he beat Muramatsu, which sort of dealt with the actual league there. But really, really pleased for Harry Gregory. I said, I had a little chat with him earlier on because of what happened yesterday. And, yeah, he's going to be a real success tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely. Well, let's just get a recap of all of the results from tonight. Joe Murnan, the only player to win against a throw, actually, this evening. It was all kind of one-sided for the start of the night. Then it got a little bit close in those games that really mattered. Just want to talk about Carl Snead for a moment, because he needed to win that last match 4-2 to have a chance. Had he managed to do that, he would have been through.
Yeah, I do worry that sometimes you begin to repeat yourself, but Carl Snead, the story of his Motor Super Series so far is he puts himself in fantastic positions, but just right at the end, he just seems to fall flat. And the devastation you could see at the end and the realisation that he couldn't qualify was a tough one for Carl. He'll be back. And like I said, I just never, ever sensed he was just going to get over that winning line, and tough one to take for him.
Yeah, tough one to take for him. Haruki Muramatsu kind of has a similar feeling to last night. He walks off the stage after the last match, pretty deflated, but this time there's no chance to recover.
Yeah, he had his opportunities, to be fair. I mean, he had moments of brilliance throughout the whole week, but just not enough. I mean, he was the favourite going into the Group B campaign because of darts like that. I mean, this is a player who's played at Ali Pali, he's played at the Grand Slam. You know, he has a great pedigree. He's the Asian 2003 champion. Just didn't do it too much today, and I don't think he deserved to qualify in the end. And Harry Gregory just really stood tall today and produced some wonderful stuff.
Yeah, let's talk a bit more about him, because last night was a worry. He struggled throughout the evening, and even in the match he won, that game against Muramatsu at the end of the evening, he kind of had a problem with his release. No such trouble tonight.
No, and I came in very early. He was one of the really early players to come in, and we do have the luxury in the comms box just to watch the practice darts, and it looked brilliant. The throw looked even better than game on, which you're going to get when you're playing. And you know, I just went up to him. I said, "Is everything okay?" And he has had an issue previously, which he's dealt with in relation to dartitis. But he said it had nothing to do with that last night. He was just that much under pressure. His mind was just a bit of a mush. Got through that game by hook or by crook, remember, last night. And in the end, and then he came out today, and for me was the player of the night.
Yeah, Ryan Harrington and Joe Murnan both did it with little drama, really. Both of them kind of did most of the damage last night. But Harrington, he just kept showing that bit of fight, didn't he? You mentioned it, that he came here wanting to win all of his matches, and he did show that fighting spirit throughout the evening.
And that 160 again, we should be talking about Ryan Harrington, but it was the response, and how does Carl Snead, because he just missed doubles, remember. I still think there's more to come for Ryan. He was my player to win the group at 7-1. I thought he was incredible value for money. He's got great pedigree, knows how to do really well here. He was involved in a great final previously, so he'll know what to do tomorrow night as well. And he just maybe needs that A game, but if it gets scrappy tomorrow, then Ryan Harrington's your man.
Yeah, Mr. Dart to win that final against Anton Östlund as well. But Joe Murnan, he's here for the first time. You expected him to get through it. I'm not sure he expected it of himself yesterday, but we're seeing him really settle into this tournament, aren't we?
It might be the wrong thing to say, but I'm absolutely delighted. I mean, you have favourites, and listen, when I was going downhill rapidly, he was one of the few players to message me, an awful lot, just to check I was okay. And that you don't forget things like that. So all of a sudden, when I'm seeing his game go, and let's be honest with you, it was a little bit to do with his health as well. Whether he's prepared to sort of chat about that, and then that's going to affect your game. But Motor Super Series have given him an opportunity, one that he's grasped both hands. The prior to his get to Saturday night, and he's got that type of game, that type of personality, where he could do some damage tomorrow night. Good luck to him.
Yeah, and here is confirmation that nice guys really do come first. Joe Murnan tops the table by one leg from Ryan Harrington. It's been a great mini battle between those two, just losing a couple of games apiece, and then an even bigger battle between the bottom three. But it's Harry Gregory that goes through. In the end, Glenn, a deserved 3?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm really delighted. The top two were head and shoulders, and then Harry Gregory's a great story for the Motor Super Series. Young players coming through. Let's hopefully tomorrow night he can produce his best art. But I think, Chris, all 6 players will fancy their chances for the $5,000 tomorrow night.
Well, let's have a look at those 6 players at finals night tomorrow. These are the groups that they were playing. So Chris Gilliland will be in with Ryan Harrington and Rhys Colley, and Harry Gregory joins Joe Murnan and Justin Hood. Tasty, isn't it?
Yeah, and normally you'd say either Group 1 or Group 2 looks really stacked, but I've got to say all 6 players are pretty much on a level there, and both groups are very, very tough. Like I say, all to play for. I can't wait.
Yeah, neither can I. Neither should you. Don't miss it. It starts at 7:30 UK time on the Motor Super Series YouTube channel. The semis and finals from 10 p.m. We will be on Sporty Stuff TV for that as well. But as far as tonight is concerned, past the midnight hour, and Murnan is going to the ball.
Room 101 for Joe Murnan. Yes,
Game's
it
on
is.
the second leg.